Today I wanted to talk about using faster EFT for our health issues. How does it work with health, pains, physical body symptoms? So that is what we're going to be talking about today. So before I begin, I want to share an image with you. Can everyone see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes.
So there has been a lot of research that has been done, and there are a lot of scientific experiments and technology which has come in now. So these are the body maps which have been developed using studies on how different emotions are felt in different areas of our body. So if you look at, so the red and the orange hot colors are where that sensation is there, and the blue is the completely dead feeling and very low in energy places of the body. So when you look at all of that, look at anger, fear, disgust, how all of these emotions can be seen manifesting in the body. Anxiety, pride, shame, envy. So the reason I wanted all of you to see this image first is that our body has a very direct correlationship with our emotions. So just like Mr. Srinivas also shared that how the mind body connection is very, very powerful. What we think, what we feel manifests in our body. So any emotion that we experience gets stored in our body. Now, that is the first part. Now, the second important part is, so whenever there's any kind of stressful emotion that I experience, whether it's hurt, anger, disappointment, fear, so what happens is immediately my body starts the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism in my body, and my amygdala gets activated in my brain. So now, when that happens, my body releases cortisol in my entire body. And what happens when that is activated, that the blood starts flowing into all my arms, legs, rather than the important functions of the body like the digestive system, the heart beating, all of those things. So now when I'm in that stressful mode, when that emotion is triggered, my body is not working in its natural way. So each of our bodies has a very natural way of healing itself. It has capabilities of healing itself. However, when we go into the stressful mode, when cortisol is getting secreted, the fight, flight, and freeze mechanism, at that time, all of the natural healing abilities of our body are suspended. And the only focus is on survival, running, using our arms, legs. So that is why the digestive system, the immunity system, the blood cells, all of that, it stops functioning in its natural way, the healing capacity. Now, for a small period, if that happens, it's all right. It's the body's way of activating and getting us to act in certain situations. However, when we experience these emotions over a longer period of time, over an elongated period of time, that is when the problem happens. So then what happens is my mind starts getting accustomed to this state, and this stressful mode becomes my go-to state. I'm always in that state unconsciously because all of those emotions have become so dominant in my body. So my body is always anticipating fear, attack, or so even a fight, a normal conversation, which is triggering no physical violence, also triggers that anxiety in me. And then my body, so this is the muscle memory. The subconscious is the muscle memory. It gets stored in that. And without, so the subconscious cannot decide using logic. It doesn't know that right now whether I'm being attacked by an animal or whether my mother is scolding me. It cannot distinguish. It just knows that something is not right, and it will activate the amygdala in that moment. So now this is the reason our body, if we, so people who are stressed, they tend to create a lot of chronic illnesses in their body. They experience different pains, and all different areas, one thing or the second thing starts going wrong in the body. That's because all of those emotions have reached a very saturation level. So now that is when faster EFT Eutaptics comes into play. So what faster EFT's goal is, so when we are using various meridian points tapping technique, So our body starts clearing out the emotional charge that has been built over the years. It starts clearing out all of that emotional garbage that we have collected over time. Now, that in itself is temporary. However, the important part is for us to go and address the core memories which created that issue, that created that emotion. So, working with the emotion in itself is not enough. It's important to work on the stressful events, the memories. Because have you noticed that anytime if you revisit a stressful memory, a painful memory, or when somebody said something bad to you can feel those emotions even in this moment in your body. You start feeling anxious, you start feeling uncomfortable in your stomach, you'll feel sensations. So that is because the mind doesn't know whether it's happening right now or it happened in the past. It feels everything's happening right now. And those same emotions get triggered in my body. And my body again goes into that mode just by my revisiting that memory, the stressful, painful event, the traumatic event. So we don't realize how important it is to be clearing out all the different traumas that we went through. What is trauma? Trauma is basically any unprocessed emotion, any unprocessed feeling becomes trauma when there's no resolution of that thing. So, in order to do that, in faster EFT, what we do is we identify what were the different memories that were triggered around the time my health issue began. Okay, so I want all of you to notice if there's any discomfort you feel in your body, anywhere if you feel any pain or any health issue that you're dealing with. I want you to notice in your life when did it start and what was happening uncomfortable in your life at the time it started. So just take a minute, close your eyes, and just notice your body and feel any discomfort that you feel in your body. And notice when was the time it started and what was going on in your life at that time. And I want you to identify any particular emotion or memory that comes up in that time. It could be small, it could be big. Notice anything that comes up. And if some of you are not able to notice what was happening in that time, just get in touch with the sensation in your body. And if that sensation, if it had a voice, if it had a face, if that pain had a face or a voice, notice what would it look like or what would it say. And now, once you have identified a particular emotion, I want you to, if you have a piece of paper or you can mention on the chat, notice that discomfort or the sensation in your body. How strong is it on a scale of 0 to 10? So 10 meaning the pain is very high, 0 meaning it's not at all. And then notice what emotion do you feel along with it and if any memory is there associated with it. You can just write it on a piece of paper or mention in the chat. So what we're going to be doing now with faster EFT is, so when we go ahead, we release the emotional charge and we are going to change the memory. So when we change the memory into something positive, the painful memory into something positive, what happens is we have activated the cerebellum part of our brain, which naturally allows a healthy hormonal balance in our body when we revisit that memory. So now, like in many conscious level activities and practices, like for example, when we talk about affirmations, in affirmations, what we are required to do is we have to practice, we have to repeat them again and again because we are building a neural pathway. But when we use faster EFT, what happens is that particular part of cerebellum naturally activates and becomes a normal neural circuit in our brain. Because of that, the results become permanent when you work with memories and not just emotions. So now that all of you have that pain, the number, and the emotion, and any particular memory, I want you to pick just one memory that you would like to work on today. And I want you to see that memory, feel that memory, see what you saw, hear what you heard in it, and notice yourself either in the memory or looking at it as a third person. And now we're going to start tapping together. So we're going to tap the two fingers, and I hope everyone is on mute. So we're going to be tapping with these two fingers, and I want you to loudly repeat with me the words I say. Look up, smile at a point in front of you, and say, I eliminate, release, and let go all sadnesses, all fears, emotional traumas, side of the eye. I release and let go all the angers, all the resentments, all the guilts under the eye. I release and let go all the judgments, all the abandonments, all the betrayals, collarbone. I release and let go the helplessness, the hopelessness, rejections, feelings of no control, all the discomfort and pain, and everything else. I release and let it all go. And now take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now, with your eyes closed, think of one of the happiest memories of your life. And imagine that it's happening right now. Whether it's being with your loved ones, or a beautiful trip, a place in nature. So just feel as it's happening right now and enjoy it. Feel this relaxation, this happiness. Notice this happy sensation in your body, how relaxed it feels. And then take a deep breath. Once again, squeeze your wrist and say peace. And now leave your wrist and once again go and check. Notice the discomfort that you started with. Notice how it has changed And what number do you feel or see on a scale of 0 to 10? And you can mention that in the chat. Go and look at that memory, notice how it's changing, and notice what is left and write the number in the chat. Be there, see that, feel that memory, the uncomfortable memory feeling that you started with. And once you have that number, we're going to start tapping again. Look up, smile at the wall in front of you, and repeat with me. It's safe to release and let go. All those emotions, feelings, sensations. Side of the eye. Any discomfort, pains in my body. Under the eye. In all the ways I've been carrying this burden. Collarbone. In all the ways I've been holding on to these hurts and pains. In all the ways I don't need to hold on to it anymore. Forehead. It's safe to let it all go. It's time to let it all go. Side of the eye, and as I do so, I give myself permission to feel calm, peaceful, and relaxed. And take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then leave your wrist. Once again, go and look at the discomfort that you started with. Notice how it has changed. Check the memory and write whatever is left, the number or the feeling in the chat. Wonderful. 3, 5. Everyone else, just get a knowing of what is left. What picture do you see that is left? Notice how it's fading. And whatever you notice or feel, have a number. And then let's do another round of tapping together. And this time, as you're tapping, move your eyeballs to the right and left extreme corners of your room. Okay? And let's start tapping. It's safe to release and let go. Whatever is left, side of the eye, whatever these memories represent, all the feelings, sensations, and beliefs that I have created, under the eye, in all the ways it is still bothering me. Collarbone, in all the ways I've had this enough. I'm grateful for whatever teaching it gave me. And now it's time to set it free and let it all go. And as I do so, I become calm, peaceful, and relaxed. And take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And once again, let's go to the happy memory. Be there, feel that, and enjoy it. Feel that happiness as you are in that beautiful memory. Breathing in that wonderful feeling. And then once again, take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then leave your wrist. And once again, go and notice what you started with. Notice how it has changed. How are you feeling now? And share the number in the chat. 0, that's wonderful. 9 to 2. And I want you to notice how that memory has either changed for some of you or it has faded for some of you. So just notice that, how it's changing. And just go ahead and write in the chat if there's anything left. Not scared when I look back at it. That's wonderful. All right, let's do one more round of tapping together. Look up, smile at the wall, and repeat with me. Whatever is left in this memory, any emotional charge, any visuals, colors, feelings, side of the eye, it's time to let it all go. Under the eye, I allow this memory to reimprint into something more peaceful and joyful. Collarbone, and as I release and let go anything that's left, I set myself free. Take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then leave your wrist and once again go and check. Notice how you're feeling now and mention in the chat. The memory faded. That's beautiful. And notice how it is now replaced with something more peaceful and relaxing. And if you like, you can go ahead and add something nice and happier to that memory as well, to the new reimprinted memory. And notice how the sensations in your body have reduced, how it's changed or it's completely gone. And for those of you, if you notice anything left, do a few rounds of tapping more. Get in touch with that emotion, that feeling, the memory, and that will bring it further down. And now let's do a tapping round of affirmation and positive tapping. So look up, smile, and repeat with me. It's safe to love and accept myself exactly the way I am. Side of the eye. I love my immense beauty, love, and joy. Under the eye, I'm deeply grateful for all the blessings in my life. Collarbone. And the more I release and let go, the more easier it becomes to breathe and be free. Forehead. With every movement, I'm becoming lighter and freer. Side of the eye, with every breath I take, I'm becoming happier, peaceful, and relaxed. Under the eye, I'm born to be happy, and I deserve all the wonderful things in life. And I'm ready to receive them now. Collarbone, I forgive everyone, and I set myself free. I love and accept myself and everyone around me. And as I do so, I become a vessel of love. Take a deep breath, blow it all out, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now imagine yourself in a beautiful garden, a beautiful meadow. And I want you to look around at the beautiful trees, the rivers, the flowers, the lush green grass, and just relax here, breathing it all in, the freshness, the peace, and the love. The love that Mother Nature has for me, always giving me without asking anything. Feel this deep gratitude for the grass, for the flowers, for the water that you drink, and how blessed you are in every moment to be able to breathe the air, touch the grass, and feel that tingling sensations. Express your deepest gratitude to Mother Earth, to Mother Nature, for blessing you with so much that you can never thank her enough. And as you're walking or lying down in the grass, feel the beautiful healing energy, this green color filling up your body, this deeply calming, soothing, and healing green color. As your body is fully illuminated in this green healing color, and just enjoy it. Breathe with it. Feel this peace of this green color, the calmness in it. And then, whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes, integrating, feeling deeply refreshed, rejuvenated, and balanced. And open your eyes, look around the room, stretch your arms, and have some water. So wonderful, everyone. Hope all of you are feeling relaxed, rejuvenated. And so we'll end today's session here. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Namaste.
Kirika.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
And the highest in me bows down to the highest in each one of you. May this be the most beautiful week of your life ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Good
Bye.
night.
Be it so. Be it so. Good night.